The sky was ablaze with fiery streaks as the alien ships descended upon Earth. Panic erupted across cities, towns, and villages as the world watched in horror. Dr. Maya Eldridge stood on the rooftop of her research facility, eyes locked on the chaos above. She clenched her fists, determination burning in her gaze. Maya was a brilliant scientist, known for her groundbreaking work in nanotechnology. For years, she had dreamed of using her creations to cure diseases and improve lives. Now, those dreams seemed distant as she faced the greatest challenge of her career and humanity's survival. "Dr. Eldridge, we need you in the lab immediately," a voice crackled through her earpiece. It was her assistant, Tom. Maya rushed down to the lab, her mind racing with possibilities. The lab was a hive of activity with scientists and engineers working frantically. Screens displayed live feeds of the destruction wrought by the alien bioweapons. Trees withered, buildings crumbled, and people fell ill with strange, deadly symptoms. Tom met her at the entrance. "Maya, we have to find a way to stop this. The aliens are using some kind of biological agent we've never seen before. It's wiping out everything in its path." Maya nodded, her mind already formulating a plan. "We need to understand how their technology works. If we can find a way to infiltrate their systems, we might stand a chance." "How do you propose we do that?" Tom asked, following her to her workstation. Maya pulled up a 3D model of a nanobot on her screen. "These nanobots can be programmed to seek out and dismantle specific types of technology. If we can upgrade them to handle alien tech, they might be our best hope." The room fell silent as the team gathered around her. Maya explained her plan, outlining the modifications needed for the nanobots. It was a long shot, but it was the only shot they had. "All right, let's get to work," Tom said, rallying the team. As the hours passed, Maya's lab became the epicenter of Earth's defense effort. News of their progress spread, giving people a glimmer of hope. Maya worked tirelessly, driven by memories of her family and friends, by the faces of those she had yet to save. Late into the night, she took a rare break to call her sister, who was in another city. "Sarah, are you safe?" Maya asked, her voice trembling. "We're holding on, Maya. Just do what you have to do. I know you can do this," Sarah replied, her voice filled with unwavering faith. Maya hung up, renewed determination coursing through her veins. She returned to her workstation, her mind focused on one goal: saving humanity. As dawn broke, the first batch of modified nanobots was ready for testing. The team gathered around a small containment unit, watching as the tiny machines came to life. They moved with purpose, guided by the advanced AI that Maya had painstakingly programmed. "This is it," Maya said, her voice steady. "We launch these nanobots, and we take our first step toward turning the tide." The team nodded, and Tom prepared the launch sequence. The containment unit was sealed, and the nanobots were injected into a delivery system aimed at a nearby alien ship. The room held its breath as the countdown began. 3, 2, 1, launch! The nanobots shot into the sky, disappearing from view. On the monitors, they watched as the tiny machines infiltrated the alien ship. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the ship's systems began to flicker and fail. "We did it," Tom whispered, awestruck. The alien ship crashed to the ground, its bioweapons neutralized. Cheers erupted in the lab, but Maya knew this was only the beginning. They had won a small victory, but the war was far from over. "Good job, everyone," Maya said, a rare smile on her face. "But we can't rest yet. There's still much work to be done." The aftermath of the first victory brought a sense of cautious optimism. News of the downed alien ship spread quickly, bolstering the spirits of a beleaguered humanity. In Dr. Maya Eldridge's lab, the team worked tirelessly, fueled by the belief that they could turn the tide of the invasion. Maya stood before a whiteboard, scribbling equations and diagrams. Her mind raced with ideas for improving the nanobots. The initial success had shown that their concept worked, but the aliens would surely adapt. They needed to stay ahead of the enemy's technology. "All right, team," Maya began, turning to face her colleagues. "We need to upgrade the nanobots to make them more versatile and resilient. The aliens will change their tactics, and we have to be ready." Tom, her assistant, nodded. "We've collected data from the first mission. We should analyze it to understand how the nanobots interacted with the alien systems. Maya agreed. Let's get to it. We need to identify any weaknesses in our design and enhance the AI's learning capabilities. As the team dove into the data, Maya took a moment to gather her thoughts. She reflected on the journey that had brought her here. From a young age, she had been fascinated by the microscopic world. Her passion for science had led her to breakthroughs in nanotechnology, but she had never imagined her work would be used in a war for humanity's survival. Hours turned into days as the team worked around the clock. Maya barely left the lab, subsisting on coffee and brief catnaps. The pressure was immense, but she thrived under it. This was what she had been born to do. One evening, as the team huddled around a computer screen, a breakthrough occurred. "I've got something," Tom announced, excitement in his voice. "Look at this. The nanobots can be programmed to adapt in real time, learning from each encounter with alien technology." Maya's eyes lit up. "That's it. If we can make them self-learning, they'll be able to handle any changes the aliens throw at us." The team sprang into action, integrating the new adaptive algorithms into the nanobot programming. The next phase of testing began, with simulations running non-stop. Each success brought them closer to their goal, but failures also taught them valuable lessons. One night, as Maya sat alone in the lab, she received a video call from General Hayes, the military leader overseeing Earth's defense. His stern face appeared on her screen, lines of fatigue etched deeply. "Dr. Eldridge, I've been following your progress. Your work is giving us a fighting chance," Hayes said, his voice gruff but sincere. "Thank you, General. We're doing everything we can," Maya replied, feeling the weight of his words. "We need a large-scale deployment of these upgraded nanobots. The aliens are planning a major attack on several key cities. Can your team be ready?" Maya took a deep breath. "We'll be ready, General. We're close to finalizing the upgrades. Just give us a little more time." "Time is something we don't have much of," Hayes said. "But I trust you. Good luck, Dr. Eldridge. The world is counting on you." The call ended, and Maya felt a renewed sense of urgency. She gathered the team and relayed the news. "We need to push harder. The aliens are planning a major assault, and we have to be ready to counter it." The team nodded, their resolve strengthening. They redoubled their efforts, fine-tuning the nanobots and running final tests. Each member of the team brought their expertise to bear, working in perfect synchronization. Finally, after days of relentless work, they were ready. The new nanobots, equipped with adaptive AI and enhanced capabilities, were prepared for deployment. Maya stood before her team, pride and determination in her eyes. "We've done it," she said. "These nanobots represent the best of what humanity can achieve. Let's show the aliens what we're capable of." The team erupted in cheers, but Maya knew the real test was yet to come. They had created a powerful tool, but its success depended on their ability to deploy it effectively. The day of the mission dawned with a sense of both trepidation and hope. The upgraded nanobots, now capable of learning and adapting, were Earth's best shot at turning the tide against the alien invaders. Dr. Maya Eldridge and her team gathered in the command center, their eyes fixed on the screens displaying the alien ship they had targeted. "Are we ready?" Maya asked, her voice steady despite the tension. Tom nodded. "The nanobots are loaded and the drones are prepped for launch. We're just waiting for your go-ahead." Maya took a deep breath. "Launch the drones." A flurry of activity followed as the drones, each carrying millions of nanobots, took to the skies. On the screens, they watched as the drones ascended, heading towards the alien ship that hovered ominously above a major city. The command center was silent, every eye glued to the unfolding operation. The drones reached their target, releasing the nanobots into the atmosphere. Tiny and invisible to the naked eye, the nanobots swarmed towards the alien ship, guided by their sophisticated AI. "We're in," Tom said, his voice barely above a whisper. The team watched as the nanobots began their work, infiltrating the alien ship's systems. The screens displayed real-time data, showing the nanobots navigating through the ship's intricate network of circuits and biomechanical components. Suddenly, alarms blared. The alien ship's defenses had activated, detecting the intrusion. The nanobots encountered resistance, with the ship's systems attempting to purge them. "Come on, little guys, you can do it," Maya muttered, her eyes fixed on the screen. The nanobots began to adapt, changing their tactics in real time. They spread out, evading the ship's defenses and continuing their mission. Minutes felt like hours as the team watched the nanobots work. Finally, there was a breakthrough. The ship's power systems started to fail, and the defenses began to crumble. The alien technology was no match for the relentless, adaptive nanobots. "We're getting through," Tom said, excitement in his voice. "The ship's systems are going down." The team erupted in cheers as the alien ship started to falter. Its lights flickered, and it began to drift aimlessly. The nanobots had succeeded in disabling the core systems, rendering the ship powerless. But the mission wasn't over yet. Maya knew they had to ensure the complete dismantling of the alien technology. "Keep monitoring the nanobots. Make sure they finish the job." On the screens, the nanobots continued to spread through the ship, dismantling key components and rendering the bioweapons inert. It was a delicate operation, but the AI-guided nanobots executed it flawlessly. Finally, the alien ship began to descend, no longer able to maintain its position. It crashed into a deserted area outside the city, its threat neutralized. The team let out a collective sigh of relief. "We did it," Maya said, a triumphant smile spreading across her face. "We actually did it!" The command center erupted in cheers and applause. This victory was more than just a tactical win. It was a symbol of hope for humanity. They had proven that they could fight back against the alien invaders and win. As the team celebrated, Maya took a moment to reflect. They had come a long way, but the battle was far from over. The aliens would not take this defeat lightly, and there would be more challenges ahead. But for now, they had a reason to celebrate. That evening, Maya addressed the world via a broadcast. "Today, we have shown that humanity will not go quietly into the night. We have fought back against the alien threat and won a crucial victory. This is only the beginning. With determination, ingenuity, and unity, we will continue to fight and reclaim our world." Her words resonated with people around the globe. In homes, shelters, and makeshift camps, humanity found a renewed sense of hope and purpose. They were not alone in this fight, and they had the brilliance and resilience of Dr. Maya Eldridge and her team leading the charge. The initial victory provided a much-needed morale boost, but it was short-lived. The aliens quickly adapted, upgrading their technology to counter the nanobot threat. Reports of more resilient alien ships began flooding in, and the once cheerful atmosphere in Dr. Maya Eldridge's lab turned tense again. Maya gathered her team. "The aliens have fortified their ships. Our nanobots need to be upgraded and fast. We can't let them outpace us." Tom nodded, already reviewing the data. "They're using some kind of adaptive shield. We need to figure out how to penetrate it." Maya stared at the screen, deep in thought. "We'll need to enhance the AI even further and make the nanobots more versatile. They should be able to identify and exploit weaknesses in real time." The team dove into their work, the lab buzzing with renewed urgency. They spent days running simulations, testing new algorithms, and refining the nanobot designs. The pressure was immense, but the stakes were even higher. One afternoon, as the team was finalizing the upgrades, General Hayes contacted them. His face appeared on the large screen, looking grimmer than ever. "We've intercepted alien communications," Hayes began. "They're planning a massive counterattack. Several key cities are their targets." Maya's heart sank. "How long do we have?" "Less than 48 hours, Hayes replied. "We need those upgraded nanobots ready to deploy." "We're almost there, General," Maya assured him. "We'll be ready." The team worked tirelessly through the night, their efforts culminating in the creation of a new generation of nanobots. These tiny machines were faster, smarter, and more adaptive than ever before. They were designed to evolve alongside the alien technology, ensuring they could counter any new threats. As dawn approached, the nanobots were loaded into drones, ready for the largest deployment yet. The command center was tense, with everyone aware of the impending alien assault. "All units prepare for launch," Tom announced, his voice steady despite the anxiety that hung in the air. The drones ascended into the sky, carrying humanity's hopes with them. The team watched as they reached their targets, alien ships hovering ominously over several major cities. The countdown began, and the nanobots were released. "Here we go," Maya whispered, eyes glued to the screen. The nanobots swarmed towards the alien ships, encountering the new adaptive shields. For a moment, it seemed as if the shields might hold, but then the nanobots began to analyze and adapt. They found tiny vulnerabilities, probing and exploiting them until the shields started to falter. "The shields are weakening," Tom said, a hint of excitement in his voice. "They're getting through." The nanobots infiltrated the alien ships, dismantling their systems with precision. The ship's lights flickered, and their movements became erratic. One by one, they began to lose altitude, crashing harmlessly into designated unpopulated areas. The command center erupted in cheers. Maya allowed herself a brief smile but quickly turned back to the screen. There was still more to do. "Keep monitoring all units. We need to ensure total deactivation of all alien systems," she instructed. As the hours passed, the team watched the nanobots complete their tasks, rendering the alien ships completely inoperative. It was a significant victory, but Maya knew the aliens would not give up easily. Later that evening, as the world celebrated another win, Maya gathered her team. "We did great today, but this war is far from over. The aliens will adapt again, and so must we. Let's use this time to analyze our successes and failures and make sure we're ready for whatever comes next." The team nodded, their resolve unshaken. They knew the road ahead would be tough, but they were committed to the fight. As the night settled in, Maya took a moment to step outside. She looked up at the stars, feeling a mix of exhaustion and determination. They had come so far, and there was still so much to do. But with each victory, they moved closer to driving the aliens from their planet. The weeks following the successful counterattack were a whirlwind of activity. Humanity's defenses grew stronger, and the upgraded nanobots continued to dismantle alien technology across the globe. But the aliens, relentless and cunning, adapted once again. New reports came in of more advanced bioweapons being deployed, causing catastrophic damage. Dr. Maya Eldridge and her team worked around the clock, seeking new ways to improve their nanobots. The lab was a hive of innovation, but the weight of the world's expectations bore heavily on their shoulders. One evening, as Maya and Tom analyzed data from recent battles, an alert flashed across their screens. An alien mothership had appeared in orbit, launching a devastating bioweapon towards one of Earth's largest cities. "We can't let that weapon reach the city," Tom said urgently. "It'll cause unimaginable destruction." Maya nodded, her mind racing. "We need to send a team to the mothership. Our nanobots can disable it, but we need someone on the ground to guide them." "I'll go," Tom volunteered without hesitation. Maya looked at him, her heart sinking. "Tom, it's too dangerous. We need you here." "You need someone up there who knows the nanobots inside and out," Tom insisted. "I'll take a team and make sure the mission succeeds." Maya reluctantly agreed, knowing he was right. They quickly assembled a small team and prepared for the mission. As Tom geared up, Maya pulled him aside. "Promise me you'll come back," she said, her voice trembling. Tom gave her a reassuring smile. "I'll do my best. Just make sure those nanobots are ready." With a final nod, Tom and his team boarded a spacecraft and launched towards the alien mothership. Maya watched the monitors, her heart pounding. The fate of millions rested on their shoulders. The spacecraft reached the mothership, docking stealthily. Tom led his team through the dark, eerie corridors, guided by the AI in their suits. They reached the core of the ship, where the bioweapon was being prepared for deployment. "Deploy the nanobots," Tom ordered. His team released the tiny machines, watching as they infiltrated the alien systems. But the aliens were ready. The ship's defenses activated, targeting the nanobots with precision. Tom's team worked frantically to keep the mission on track. "We're running out of time," one of his team members shouted. "The defenses are too strong." Tom knew what he had to do. "Keep the nanobots focused on the weapon. I'll handle the defenses." "Tom, no!" his team protested, but he was already moving. Tom hacked into the ship's control panel, manually overriding the defenses. The ship's systems fought back and alarms blared as the nanobots continued their work. The strain was immense, but Tom held on, giving the nanobots the time they needed. Finally, the nanobots reached the core of the bioweapon, disabling it just moments before it could launch. The weapon powered down, and the alien ship began to lose power. "We did it!" his team cheered, but their joy was short-lived. Tom, exhausted and injured, collapsed beside the control panel. "Tom, we have to go!" his second-in-command urged, but Tom shook his head weakly. "Get back to the ship. Make sure you all get home," he whispered. "I'll hold them off." Tears filled their eyes as they realized what he was doing. "We can't leave you here." "You have to," Tom insisted. "Go, now." With heavy hearts, the team obeyed. They made their way back to their spacecraft, carrying Tom's sacrifice with them. As the alien ship began to crumble, they escaped, returning to Earth as heroes. In the lab, Maya watched their return with mixed emotions. The mission was a success, but the cost was immense. When she learned of Tom's sacrifice, tears streamed down her face. He had given his life to save millions, and his bravery would never be forgotten. Gathering her team, Maya spoke with determination. "Tom gave everything for this mission. We owe it to him to keep fighting. We will honor his sacrifice by ensuring that humanity prevails." The team, inspired by Tom's heroism, redoubled their efforts. They continued to improve the nanobots, preparing for the battles yet to come. Tom's sacrifice became a rallying cry, uniting people across the globe in their fight against the alien invaders. As the sun set that evening, Maya looked up at the sky, now free of the alien mothership's shadow. She felt a deep sense of loss, but also a renewed determination. They would fight on, driven by the memory of those who had given everything for humanity's survival. And so, the battle continued, with courage, ingenuity, and the unbreakable spirit of human sacrifice lighting the way. With Tom's sacrifice still fresh in their minds, Maya and her team worked tirelessly to perfect the nanobots. They knew that the aliens would not relent, and they had to stay one step ahead. Days later, urgent news arrived. The alien forces were massing for a final all-out assault on Earth. The global defense network was on high alert, and every available resource was being mobilized. General Hayes contacted Maya's lab. "Dr. Eldridge, we need a decisive strike. If we can take out their mothership, we might force a retreat." Maya nodded. "We'll deploy the final version of the nanobots. This time, we'll target the mothership directly." The team prepared for the mission, upgrading the nanobots to their highest capacity. These new nanobots could replicate and adapt faster than ever before, designed to dismantle the mothership from within. On the day of the operation, drones carrying the enhanced nanobots launched towards the alien mothership, now hovering ominously over Earth. The tension was palpable as the world watched the mission unfold. As the drones approached, the mothership's defenses activated, creating a formidable barrier. The nanobots swarmed, attacking the defenses with unparalleled efficiency. They replicated rapidly, overwhelming the barriers and penetrating the ship's core systems. Maya and her team monitored the progress, their eyes glued to the screens. The nanobots encountered resistance, but their adaptive AI allowed them to overcome each obstacle. They reached the heart of the mothership, targeting its power source. Suddenly, the screens flickered, and the mothership began to destabilize. The nanobots had succeeded in crippling its core. The massive alien vessel started to descend, losing control. "We've done it!" Maya exclaimed, her voice filled with triumph. The mothership crashed into the ocean, sending a tidal wave but sparing the cities. The remaining alien forces, now leaderless and disorganized, began to retreat. Cheers erupted worldwide as humanity celebrated this monumental victory. Maya and her team were hailed as heroes, their ingenuity and perseverance having saved the planet. As the world rejoiced, Maya looked at her team, feeling immense pride. "We've turned the tide, but we must remain vigilant. Let's ensure we're always ready to protect our home." With the alien threat diminished, Earth began to rebuild, inspired by the courage and brilliance that had brought them to this turning point. In the aftermath of the mothership's destruction, humanity united like never before. The alien forces, now in disarray, made sporadic attempts to regroup, but their efforts were futile against the relentless assault of Maya's nanobots. The tide had turned decisively in favor of Earth. Maya stood in the command center, watching as the last pockets of alien resistance were dismantled. The nanobots, now a symbol of human ingenuity and resilience, worked tirelessly to eliminate the remaining threats. "Dr. Eldridge, we've just received word," Tom's second-in-command reported. "The final alien outpost has been neutralized. We did it. Cheers erupted around the room. Maya felt a wave of relief wash over her. They had won. General Hayes appeared on the main screen, his usually stern face softened with a rare smile. "Congratulations, Dr. Eldridge. You and your team have saved humanity. Your brilliance and dedication have given us a future." Maya nodded, her voice filled with emotion. "Thank you, General. We couldn't have done it without the courage of everyone who fought and the sacrifices of those we lost." As the world celebrated, Maya took a moment to reflect. The journey had been long and fraught with challenges, but humanity had prevailed. Cities began to rebuild, and people emerged from their shelters, hopeful for the future. A ceremony was held to honor the heroes of the war. Maya and her team stood before a grateful world, receiving accolades and heartfelt thanks. Maya spoke, her voice steady and inspiring. "We have faced an unimaginable threat and emerged victorious. This victory is not just a testament to our technology, but to the unbreakable spirit of humanity. We will honor those we lost by building a better, stronger world." The crowd erupted in applause, and Maya felt a deep sense of fulfillment. They had overcome the odds and secured a future for humanity. The alien threat was vanquished, and the world could finally begin to heal. As the sun set on a new era of peace, Maya looked to the horizon, filled with hope. The battle had been won, and humanity had proven its resilience and ingenuity. With their greatest challenge behind them, they were ready to face whatever the future held, united and strong. And so, under the watchful eyes of the stars, humanity began to rebuild, knowing that they could overcome any challenge with courage and ingenuity.